Okay, so here we go. My 3 components for living a successful life. Now, success is this thing that we get very worked up about in our society. I especially feel here in the Western world. We have so many concepts of what it means to be successful. And often this is the script that is written for us, that success is about career progression, it's about money, it's about the accumulation of accolades and material wealth. And this is what a lot of people find themselves chasing for years and decades of their lives. And eventually, they find it all. They make it. They've got the nice job, the nice house, the nice car. But there isn't a whole lot nice about the way that they feel. They still feel empty, incomplete. And this is the danger of defining our success based on material stuff, based on the external variables. For me, success is all about what's going on internally. Now, I know that sounds a little cliched, a little woo-woo, but it really is true. In my work, I speak to so many people who are fleeing the corporate field. They're starting their lives again at 30, 40, 50. At the moment, I'm coaching a client who is 54 years old, and they have spent their life searching for success, but they've been searching in the wrong areas. They've been looking for the material stuff, the external stuff, and it's only now at 54 that they're looking back on their lives and realizing that they were climbing the ladder of success, but when they got to the top, they realized they were climbing the wrong ladder. So I don't want you guys to fall into this trap. I don't want you to follow this script that is written for us and then suddenly find that you've been climbing that wrong ladder. So for me, here are my 3 components for being a successful person. And at the end of every single day, I will look back on the day and ask myself, did I have these 3 things in my day? If I did, I consider that to be a successful day. If I don't, then I don't consider it to be a successful day. So here we go. Number 1 is learning. I think learning is growth 101, personal development 101. Every day we should be learning, we should be developing, we should be finding new things in the world, we should be learning new things, we should be cultivating our own inner power. And I believe that learning really is what is going to help us define ourselves in future generations. I believe that it is through education that we grow and develop. And that's why I'm so passionate about eventually in my work, getting into the education system, redesigning it from the grassroots up to help our growth and development, and help us to find more of our potential, unlock more of that potential. Because I feel at the moment, there's a lot of people out there who aren't living their fullest lives. They aren't living to their fullest potential. And I believe that switch comes when we educate ourselves. Now guys, if you're looking for learning, 2 very simple methods. And they're not just simple, they're also arguably the best. And they barely cost a thing. The first is reading books. The wisdom of the ages is contained in books. Anyone in our world, in our history, who has had anything worth saying has gone to put it in a book. Even in our internet age, even in this digital globalization that we live in, anyone who has a message and wants to spread that message to the world still puts that message in a book. And you can get a book for anywhere between £5 and £20 or $5 and $20. And for that money, that small investment, you get incredible value. You get to pick into the minds of some of our greatest human beings, the most successful human beings who have ever lived, and you get to see the workings of their mind put onto pages. So guys, if you want to learn more, make sure you read every single day. Swap 20 minutes, half an hour of the time that you'll spend on a screen or watching Netflix and invest that in reading. It's one of the best investments you'll ever make. And then leading on from this, here is an absolutely free resource. Podcasts. Podcasts are incredible. We have so much dead time in our days, don't we? We've got our commutes, we're waiting on people, walking here and there. Stick the headphones in and get yourself a podcast on the go. Whatever field you're interested in, whether it's entrepreneurship, sport and exercise, nutrition, politics, religion, there are podcasts on all of these subjects. And these podcasts are free. Get yourself onto iTunes, find the category that you're interested in, that you're passionate about, and just search for the top 25. Go through them, find practitioners who speak to you, who resonate with you. And once again, you get to see the inner workings of their mind. I get to listen to people like Tony Robbins, Brendan Burchard, Tim Ferriss, Lewis Howes. All of them have fantastic podcasts on personal development, entrepreneurship, and I get to listen to these for absolutely free. It really is a wonderful resource. So guys, if you want to get more learning in your lives, read some books and listen to podcasts. So that is my first component of success. Second component is creation. You see, we are all creators. You might not consider yourself a creative person, but you are a creator. Because eventually, one day, guys, we're all going to be dust and bones in the earth. But what will define our legacy and how successful our life is how much we created during that life. What impact and mark did we leave on the world? Now again, here I'm not talking about monuments and a paragraph in the history books. I'm just talking about your impact. Who did you serve? What meaning did you create in the world? What good did you do whilst you were here? So for creation, this can be a variety of different things. Projects you're involved in, scripts, even art and design, the more creative stuff. What impact are you leaving on this world? Because we create everything in our lives. We create our environment, we create our state of mind, and we create our legacy and success. So if you want to be more of a creator, look at how you can use your skills and qualities to serve the world. Use your skills and qualities to leave some kind of tangible impact, some kind of tangible mark. So, a couple methods in which to do this. Number one is doing something creative and putting out a message. So that might be through writing a blog or doing a YouTube show like this. Maybe it's creating your own podcast. If you have a message to share with the world, if you have things that you've learnt from your life, your perspective, anything that you have experienced in your life, you can turn into a message and a lesson that other people will find valuable. And you can help them through this creative endeavor. So that's one method. Another method, of course, is to get more proactively involved. So getting involved with a project or a community. Maybe that is setting up your own business, or maybe it's just setting up a meetup group or a religious community. Any collection of people who are passionate about the same thing. If you create that community, that group, that movement, that can last after you are dust and bones. When you create that thing, you create this wider entity. You create a movement that can last after you die. And that is the value of creation. So, look at those couple of techniques. What could you create right now that will leave a message and an impact on the world? Even just your immediate environment. Don't discount the little things that you do in life, because everything that we do has a ripple effect. Butterfly flaps its wings in South America, and a storm happens here in Europe. You never know what actions you do will have an incredible impact on someone's life. So, speaking about communities, other people, that's the third component of success for me. This connection. Connecting with other people in our lives. Because we can do all of the personal development that we want, we can do all the inward stuff, building ourselves up, but it's other people who make life worth living. All of our greatest experiences, when you look back, list your 5 happiest experiences, or your 5 times you felt most achievement, 5 times when you felt most loved. I bet that pretty much all of those experiences, if not all of them, will involve other people. It's this connection. Now, this can be a connection in your personal relationships, friends, family, but here I'm also talking about wider connections. Going back to that concept of movement and communities, feeling connected with something larger than yourself. And again, this is drawing back on the creator aspect of our lives. When we are dust and bones, we will judge our lives based on how much we connected with something larger than ourselves. Did we live our lives trapped in this single pigeonhole, or did we expand and influence others and be influenced by others? So some simple ways that we can feel connection is in your personal life, devote and prioritize more time to friends and family. Sometimes, guys, we take our friends and family for granted and we don't give them the time that they deserve. We don't give them the attention that they deserve. So if you're coming home from work and you and your partner are sitting on the sofa, scrolling on your phones, watching TV, playing on your laptops, try to find a way to bring yourselves back together, to give each other some attention, some quality time. By all means, still have your chill out time, still check your messages, still do all the things that you need to do. Have a bit of downtime with the screens, but make sure you get that connection first, because that connection fulfills one of our core human needs. The need for connection, the need to embrace interaction with other people. But also take this further. How can you feel connected on a wider scale? What movements, societies, communities can you be a part of? And this doesn't necessarily mean your local church group or your Women's Institute group. Who are people who are passionate about the same things that you're passionate about? You can find affinity with someone on the other side of the world if you both share a common passion, both share common beliefs, both share common values. So if you take your interests, take your beliefs, take what you're passionate about, and here, yes, use the glory of the internet. Technology, the internet, I'm not downing this stuff because it has allowed us to be interconnected in a way like never before. These type of things, technology, the internet, is an amplifier. You can use them to amplify negativity, or you can use them to amplify positivity. So find people out there who share the same ideals as you and connect with them. Feel that connection. Feel the joy of knowing what another human being feels like, perhaps even though you've never met them. Because that is the joy of connection. We are all one human race. Again, not to get too woo-woo on you, not to get too hippie on you, but that is the case. We create all these imaginary divisions of gender, class, ethnicity, language, social background, but in the end, all of us are worried about the same stuff, we have the same concerns, we're looking for the same things in life, we share these common goals and these common values. And I truly believe that we can connect on some level with any human being that we meet, because we all have the same wiring within us. We've got the same internal organs, the same internal workings, and we can find a way to connect with each other. So guys, those are my 3 definitions of success. Every day, are you learning something? Are you creating something? And are you connecting with something? And this is a great source of accountability. If you finish the day and you look back and you haven't done one of these things, and if you're going through a week and you aren't doing one of these things, then this is a really useful self-awareness tool to allow yourself to say, am I really prioritizing my time in the right way? Why am I not devoting my time to learning? Why am I not creating things? Why am I not connecting? What is getting in the way? And you might find that it's perhaps the pursuit of that material wealth. What society tells us is the definition of success. What society tells us is going to make us happy. And perhaps it might be time to reprioritize and look at how you can do less chasing of the material and the external and more chasing of the internal real, meaningful, valuable stuff. So guys, have a look at those 3 components. Which one do you feel is most lacking for you right now? Can you perhaps use one of my suggestions to bring that up for you, to elevate that, to bring things more in harmony, more in balance? I hope that really helps, and I hope that helps to clarify for you what a successful life really is, and has perhaps made you rethink and redesign how your life is going right now. So folks, I look forward to sharing more with you in a future video. But as always, until then, remember to love inwardly and shine outwardly. David.